Hey Leo, this is Tina with 85th House Vibrations, and thank you for tuning in to your monthly reading for October 2016. This is the Halloween edition. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. And I know it's not really a holiday, but I love Halloween. So, here we go with a spooky Halloween filter. And for those of you who have tuned in for the last few months, you guys know I'm a little quirky. I like the little filters and things like that. I think it keeps it a little bit interesting. Also, I am doing a new spread this month. It's called the Planetary Spread, and there is a card for the two luminaries, the Sun and the Moon, and for 5 planets, Mercury through Saturn, and there's an outcome card. So, total we have 8 cards. I'll identify the card for each luminary and planet and the outcome card, and then we'll go back and tie it all together. Okay? For the sun card, or the sun that represents the self, this is our vitality, this is our ambition, this is our success, our achievement, it's our joy, our happiness. Leo, this could also be a card about, it could be a little self-centered, and in the position of self, this fits us perfectly. I'm a Leo myself, but we have the wheel in reverse. For the moon card, which rules the home, the emotions, the subconscious, this can rule the mother, this is tied to our past. It's what makes us feel safe and loved. We have the Four of Cups reversed. For the Mercury position, Mercury rules the Mercury. Hey, sun time. That's the planetary hours, and the sun rules Leo. How very fitting. Back to Mercury. This is for the Mercury placement, and Mercury rules the intellect. It rules our thoughts, our communication, siblings, short distance travel, um, work. I'm forgetting something. If I didn't say cousins, our neighborhood, the lower education, meaning, elementary school, high school, things of that nature. If I forgot anything, I may address it as we come back around. For the Venus card, the card for the Venus placement, we have the moon. And Venus is about what we find beautiful. It could also be indicative of money. It's how we give and receive love. Venus is also things that makes us comfortable. It's a feminine energy. Generally, Venus, I'm sorry, yeah, we're talking about the placement of Venus. Venus generally rules the female in a one-on-one relationship, in an intimate relationship. Venus is usually the female energy. For the Mars placement, we have the Two of Wands reversed. Mars is about activity. It's about our physical movement. It's about hostility, aggression. It's how we get anything done. It's how we go about getting the things that we want in life. For the Jupiter placement, Jupiter is about expansion, optimism, long distance travels, religion, spirituality, higher education, publication. If you're writing a book, Jupiter is going to help get you published. If I hadn't said already, Jupiter expands things. It's considered the good luck planet. Jupiter looks to give us more. In that position, we have the Four of Wands. For the Saturn position, Saturn is about authority, commitment, rules, regulations. Saturn is also about restrictions, obstacles, delays. Saturn can represent older people, the end of life. Saturn comes in to make us responsible for the things that we do, to make us committed to the things that we do in the relationships that we have. Saturn also talks about past life karma, if you believe in that sort of thing, karmic debt. And the outcome card is the Ace of Swords. So, Leo, we have the wheel reversed, representing the self, our vitality, our success. I feel like right now we are operating mechanically. We're not expressing, and let me say this before I go on. We've got two major arcana in this spread, and I also noticed that we have several fours in this spread. And not only, let's see, we've got, wait, the Four of Cups, we've got the Four of Wands, where did I think I saw another four? It's the Four of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the wheel also has, if it were upright, you can see the number 4. So we've got a triple 4 in here. So the things that the 4s represent are going to be big time for us in the month of October. This is a triple seated energy. And with the 4s are about rules and regulations and commitment, structure, foundation. So these are the things that are really going to be moving with us throughout the month of October. Okay. So like I said, back to us, we've got the wheel reversed here, and we're not necessarily, I don't think, expressing our creativity. We are moving along mechanically. We're just going through the motions, is what I feel like. The wheel is ruled by Jupiter. And we're not allowing ourselves to be expansive with the wheel reversed. We are somehow, it seems like we are blocking ourselves from the good luck, from the expansion that is out there for us. And it's because, for whatever reason, in the month of October, we are feeling that we have to do what everybody else is doing. Like we just have to blend in and go with the rules of society, our communities, our surroundings. And it's keeping us from moving towards our success, towards our good luck, towards our opportunity, towards our expansion. there was something else that I was just thinking of that I wanted to say about us moving mechanically. Leo, and I hope that thought comes back to me, but if we're operating under the energies of the wheel reversed, then we're not being our true selves. And us not being our true selves is the main thing that's going to keep us from this success. With the wheel being the number 10, I am thinking about the 10th house, which rules our careers, not our jobs, our careers, our public standing, our reputation in the world. We got to find something new. We are, here it is. We feel like when in Rome, do as Romans do. No, no, maybe when you're in Rome, you want to do like the Italians do. Or maybe when you're in Rome, you want to do like the Hispanics do. Maybe you want to do like the Orientals do. You don't have to do what the Romans do because you're in Rome. Sure, you're visiting Rome, but you still need to be you. There's no need to go along with the crowd. Be you, Leo. And with the wheel reverse, for whatever reason, in the month of October, we're not doing that in regards to our public standing. We're not thinking outside the box when it comes to how to develop our careers, our recognition. We're not doing anything different um, to influence how the world sees us, and that's not the Leo way. And I think I said last month, Leo, that it was time to get off the sidelines. You're not a sideline type of person, Leo. It looks like you're still sitting there, you're just going along. It's not. This is not our way. Okay, so for the moon placement, we have got the Four of Cups reversed. Okay, the Four of Cups is about distractions. Now, I feel like with this Four of Cups reversed, this works in our favor. We are getting past the things that distracted us. We know that there is something that's being offered to us, and at first we were ignoring that. But now we are starting to open our eyes to the fact that there some sort of something in our home lives, I'm sorry, in the private sector of life, um, that is being offered to us that we have finally decided to see. We are starting to find ways to focus in a balanced, committed, responsible manner to the things that are going on in the private sector of our lives, in the homes with our families. There may have been some things that the family was trying to offer you that you just refuse to see. And that may be because you're just going through the motions. So you weren't seeing things for what they really are. But I feel like this month, even though you're still just going through the motions, you're starting to recognize that there's something being offered to you. And it's being offered to you in a loving, warm, caring manner. You've been deceiving yourself, Leo, about the way you should move about. Not only in obviously the public sector of life, what I just talked about with the wheel reversed, and I talked about our public standing or recognition, but you had also been doing this in the home, and you may be coming out of that this month, Leo. In the Mercury position, well, I'm so sorry. In the Mercury position, we've got the, I'm sorry, we've got the Seven of Wands. And you know what? I made a mistake earlier. There are only two fours in this reading. I was looking at this like four. This is the Seven of Wands. Um, with the Seven of Wands, we've been on the defense. We may have been fighting for the wrong reasons. With the Seven of Swords reversed, the way that we have been actively communicating with people may have been a bit misguided. Either it's been misguided, or you haven't, or we haven't been standing up and fighting for the things that we believe in. We haven't been fighting for our own thoughts. There may have been, because sometimes, arguments are, like, especially in relationships, in one-on-one relationships, sometimes the occasional argument, uh, the occasional, dare I say, blowout, because I don't mean it that way, but sometimes it is, the conflict is healthy. And Leo, maybe we have just not been standing up for ourselves, not standing up for our thoughts, for our beliefs, for our rights. We've been letting somebody walk all over us, I feel, and just continuing to go through the motions. And if we have been fighting for something, maybe we haven't been fighting for the right thing, for the right causes. Maybe we're refusing to be wrong about something and continuing to fight for something that is just absolutely not right. And we are steadily moving along mechanically, just going through the motions, trying just to stay out of the way, trying to avoid conflict by just staying out of the way. In the Venus position, we have the Moon card. Now, the moon, like I said before, when I talked about the moon position, the card that represents the moon position, this is going to represent the home, the private sector of life. This is the intuition. This is about confusion, deception. This is also feminine energy. This is about the light and the dark. The moon is ruled by Pisces. It's mutable. It doesn't necessarily commit to any one thing. Sometimes the moon can be fearful and not stand up for what it believes in, not move forward with what it believes in because it's confused, because it's unsure. And Leo, if we are moving like the wheel in reverse has us moving, we may be moving about this way because we're unsure of ourselves, because we're confused about what makes us feel comfortable. We're confused, fearful, and dormant about how we give and or receive love, nurturing. And I think this ties back to what is going on in the home there with the Four of Cups. With the Moon card in this case, these things that I just said, you know, we probably have been this way for a while, but now we may be starting to see with the Four of Cups reversed in the home that we may be starting to see that there is something else to it. We've been confused, there's been some deception, but with this Four of Cups, we're starting to see that things have not been the way that they appear. And maybe now we can start standing up for ourselves and reverse this Six of Wands. Or maybe we can start fighting for the right thing. Because with this Moon card in the Venus position of things that makes us comfortable, of our emotions, of our love relationships with other people, we may finally be connecting to the truth. We may finally be connecting to what's real and starting to realize that there is something for us. There is some hope for us as far as our emotions and our private sector of life is concerned. Now, because we've been deceived, because we've been confused, because we've been fearful, because we may have been fighting for the wrong thing, once we started to get past the distractions, well, prior to us getting past the distractions, we felt like because of all of these things I just said, the fear, the confusion, um, the not standing up for ourselves, uh, and also with the I'm sorry, with the Seven of Wands reversed, we've probably been feeling like we couldn't win the battle. And we've got the Two of Wands reversed in the Mars position. So with the Two of Wands reversed in the Mars position, and as I said, the Mars position is about how we go about things. It's about aggression, it's about hostility, it's about the fight that we have in us, it's about our passion. um, we haven't known which way to go. With the Two of Wands here, we have been at a crossroads about how to move, and it is because we've been confused. Maybe because somebody was trying to deceive us, probably somebody in a one-on-one relationship that we had, and we've just not known which way to go. So instead of being a Leo and making a choice and doing what the hell we want to do, because we are Leos after all, we have decided to just go with the flow. Really, Leo? Go with the flow? Really? Mm-mm. No, sir. And I feel like for a lot of us, this has been, because there seems to be a lot going on with the home, this has been a matter of should I stay or should I go? We're at a crossroads about what to do. Should I stay or should I go? And we just keep chugging along mechanically. Okay, well, Leo, to piggyback on the Four of Wands reverse, where we may be getting past the distractions, where we may be starting to see clearly that there's an offerance for us, we've got the Four of Wands in the Jupiter position. And what this is saying to us, Leos, is that if we decide to make a executive decision, to make a Leo decision on which way to move, on which road to take, there are doors that we can walk through. This is about harmony. The Four of Wands is a great card, and it's in the Jupiter position. Jupiter wants to bring good luck and expansion and hope and optimism to this commitment. Jupiter wants you to get out of your comfort zone here. Like I said before, Jupiter rules long distance travels and things like that. So I feel like here with this Four of Wands in the Jupiter position, it's saying to us to make a decision. The journey might be long, but it can really be a beautiful, harmonious journey. If we stand up for ourselves, we realize what's being offered to us, we realize there is something being offered to us, and we stop um, operating in this mechanical, just no creativity, no thought, just chugging along, just another day, same shit, different day type energy. If we decide to pick a path, if we see an opportunity and take it and walk through the doors, there's harmony for us. There's good luck for us. Whatever we commit to and bring our creativity to it and bring our Leo selves to it, and we stand up for that, Jupiter is going to bless us. Despite all of this stuff that's been going on, how we've been feeling unsure and not standing up for ourselves or fighting for the wrong thing, and like I said, just chugging along mechanically. If we start being a Leo about it, but still be committed, still be responsible, become the authority, make a decision as to what path you're going to take, Jupiter is going to bless you. For the Saturn card, we've got the Page of Coins. In this case, the Page of Coins is telling me in the Saturn position that Leo, I really don't feel like, because the court cards are generally somebody that's coming into your life, but Leo, I'm feeling like this is you, this is us this month. I always see the Page of Coins as somebody who is stuck in the observation phase. Now, sometimes it can be good to be stuck in the observation phase. Sometimes there are things that you still need to learn, that there are things that you still need to know before you move forward. But Leo, I'm feeling like we've been stuck in this Page of Coins phase for a while. We've observed until we can't observe anymore. We got to stand strong on what we believe is out there for us. We've got to stand strong on the fact that there are resources out there for us. Should we decide to make a move, if there's somewhere that we don't want to be, we can make a move. And we may not move into abundant wealth. We may not have everything that we want to have initially when we make this move, but we are Leos, okay? There's nothing we can't have. There's nothing we can't do. There's nothing we can't get. We feel like we have limited information or limited opportunities as far as our resources are concerned, and we're just still standing back, kind of watching to see what's going to happen. And we are still chugging along mechanically. The good news is, Leo, the Ace of Swords is the outcome. Because you are a Leo, because you are ruled by the sun, because you are the epitome of vitality and energy and passion. If anybody can pick themselves up and right themselves, it is the Leo. So as the outcome, there's inspiration. There are new ideas, there are new thoughts, there are new ways to express one's self. There is new inspiration for the self. There is something new that is coming to you, Leo. Once you decide to be your Leo self. If you're quirky, be quirky. You're a little arrogant, be that way. You're a little aggressive, this is the month to be that way. It's time to get out of the observation phase. Leos, we can be sometimes a little bit too much for other people. This month, be that. Do that. Get that. You've got the inspiration comes to you. You may have learned some things, like I said, when you realize that there was something out there for you with the Four of Cups reversed, and you got beyond the confusion and the fear and the deception of the moon. And if you've got some stuff that you're hanging on to from the past, uh, that you have been dealing with in regards to maybe a one-on-one relationship that you've had with somebody close to you, something that has been holding you back, it's time to let that go. Step out of the observation phase. Stop just chugging along mechanically and see that inspiration for what it is and move on that. Turn that Two of Wands upright and make a choice and move on that. And that's the way I see it, Leo. Leo, you're the greatest. And I also want to say, I had my doubts about y'all, Leo. I was a little bit hurt when I first started doing this. When I first started posting the monthlies, the Leo numbers were a little bit low. And I'm not mad about that if, people don't want to watch. No, not at all. But I'm like, we're Leos. If anybody shows up and shows out, it is us. But I guess we were coming off of your birthday month. I think I started this in July. So yeah, it was birthday month for Leos. You guys were probably out having a good time being Leos like you should be here in the month of October. And so at first, there was little Leo response. But then Leo showed up and showed out a little bit in the month of September. And for that, I thank you guys. I thank you all for tuning in. I always hope to help. And I hope to see you guys again next month.